And we have a product that works, bar none. And therefore, it networks, bar none. This is, I like to say, that Willy Wonka chocolate bar where you opened it up and got that golden ticket. And it's up to you. If it's to be, it's up to me. Remember that. It's up to you to be hungry. It's up to you to ask for help. It's up to you to contact me if you need me. It is up to you, because everyone in this room that's a leader, and we have quite a few leaders in this room, they're available for you, but you have to reach out and you have to ask for their help. Okay? Because if you don't, and you're sitting there and you're stagnant and you're afraid and you don't know what to do, then you're not plugged in. And plugging in is mastering the mundane. It really is. The training calls are phenomenal. The last one was outstanding. They're now called training calls, and it was excellent. And I'm really happy that that change was made, because I think that was a really positive change. I mean, yes, you're going to hear a lot of rah-rah, but that's okay. Why is that? Because everyone's so excited. They have the delirium. I mean, half the people can't sleep. They're so excited. They're texting me at God knows what hour. I can't sleep. I'm like, I know. I understand. I know the delirium. I know it well. Okay? It's exciting. And then to see people come back and then someone says, you know, you look great. I mean, I remember when my mother was using it, and she went out, and, you know, because of her age, people would just look at her and they wouldn't say anything because they would just assume that she had work done. And a lot of times people will just assume that you've had work done, and they won't want to ask because it's kind of private, right? If you're going to be getting Botox or whatever, it's kind of private. If you're going to have a little nipple tuck, it's kind of private. So a lot of people will tell you, you look great, which is really a way of saying, what did you do? What did you do, and what are you doing? So take advantage of that moment. Say thank you. It's just this little product I'm using every night. That's all it is. It's not a pushy thing. You don't have to push. What you need to learn is that the product is free for 30 days regardless. So get them on auto ship. Capture the email. It's important to capture the email. That's how you brand. Okay? If they're ready to, some people want to brand right away. They try it, they're like, brand me. I mean, I've had people literally say, get me my piece of real estate now. Okay? Those are people who recognize the power of what we have and what it does. And just for all you women, you hear sometimes, oh, I tried it for so long and it didn't work. That is absolutely not true. Because it works indiscriminately on everybody because of the nature of it. It does work. But women are funny. They're different than men. Men see a result, they're thrilled to death because they never did anything before. Okay? A woman is staring at her eyes on the prize. Whatever it is that's bothering her the most, that's what she's staring at. So when she says, oh, it didn't work for me, it's that one prize that bugs her the most. That's going to probably take the longest to recover. It didn't take you overnight to get that way. It doesn't take you overnight to unget that way. But this is the fastest way to unget that way. And everybody's skin is different. Everybody's body is different. And some people are going to see it in a month, and some people are going to see it in 3 months, and some people are going to see it in 6 months, and some people in 8 months are going to look like they had a full everything change. You know, and nobody's been on it over a year, so therefore the gallery is really an 8-month gallery max. Because believe me, for the first 4 or 5 months, there were only like 5 people, maybe 10, okay? And now there's thousands all over the country that recognize, but believe it or not, do you know how few people that is when you think about the United States? When you think about California, Studio City, Hollywood, the San Fernando Valley, when you just think 5 feet away from wherever you are, no walk all day and talk to strangers all day long from all over the U.S. and want a little touch of Hollywood. And you'll find them all. You could be at the Ojai Valley Inn hanging at the pool, and they're all from different parts of Los Angeles. And they're from Pacific Palisades or wherever, and they haven't heard of it. You know, I got a customer in the dressing room there when I was changing. She asked me what I did. I told her my age. She dropped her jaw and said, "What is it?" And I said, "It's this, and I want some." Okay. Fine. I wasn't quite prepared at that moment, you know, in a towel, whatever, but I managed. You know, when you're texting me and I'm in the bath, I managed. Just write it off and tell you, "Hi, yes, I'm right here," you know. Doesn't really matter. This is the beautiful thing about having your own business, is that you can do it in your PJs and you can Skype it in and look good from the top up and bottom down, okay? You can do this and never really leave your house, and then you can do this and you can leave your house when there's a good event or something you want to go to or something you feel that's going to inspire you or a prospect of yours. And it's really important to know that that's just the beautiful thing. I mean, I've done this sitting in a hammock, and I've done it in a jacuzzi, and I've done it, and it sounds like I'm doing it everywhere, you know, but you know what? I am. Okay? I'm three-waying everywhere. And those are conversations. You know, those would be better here. But it's funny because this business really is about parties in three ways. It really is. It's about connecting and teaching. And it's about treating everyone with their truest potential and discovering what that potential is, even if you don't know it yet. We all have different strengths. We all have different weaknesses. And so it's our job to recognize those things as coaches and then coach you from those aspects. Why are you not attracting people? What's your approach? How are you coming across? How can we change that? You know, those are constructive ways. That's all they are. They're out of love to get you to be successful. You know, how it works, how this works, how that works, okay? So really, those are all good questions. And they're good for your upline, okay? And if you can find the answer, you can post it, you get 50 million. I think I posted one thing and I got 21 responses with, you know, "Oh my God, this is fab. Oh my God, how long does it work? Oh, I get some, I get some, I get, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God." You know, and I try to write that to everybody. I try to do the birthdays every day. I try to be religious about things, but you know, pretty soon Nerium owns you. You don't own Nerium anymore. Because everybody wants what you got. Patsy has an amazing story. I mean, look at this gorgeous woman right here. This gorgeous woman is just an absolute rock star. And I know what she was after in the beginning. And guess what? She got it. And I remember when she was also concerned that it wasn't doing what she was hoping it would do. And now I look at her and I say, "Damn, did you have a facelift? Did you have a blepharoplasty? You know, what did you do?" "Oh, I just put on this little stuff at night, and it's kind of a night treatment." So I want you to get out of the mindset of pawns also. Remember, that goes back all the way from the dawn of time. Slap on these hydrators, and you're going to have perfect skin. Well, guess what? We did it for years and years and years and years and years and years, and most of us are still doing it. That's why the biggest real estate is beauty when you walk into any mall, anywhere. The biggest real estate, and then there's all the individual little stores that are all beauty that are all there too. "Oh, I gotta get my Burt's Bees, or I gotta go into my Aveda store, I gotta go into this, and I gotta get my that." Okay, they all have individual stores, not just the department stores, but there's actually individual stores in every single mall. And they're like busy. Do people really know what they're buying? No. Do they really know what they're using? Not really. They're trusting a name that they've heard that's been around for a long time that's supposed to be healthy. Do they check the green list? 99.9% do not. So what I'm telling you is that people don't even know what they're brushing their teeth with, let alone coloring their hair with. But you know, when it comes to a non-toxic product, you're going to get more questions asked, and it's unbelievable. You know, everybody's going to question you, and that's okay. The bottom line is there isn't any toxicity. That's the bottom line. There's none. You can eat it. You'd be fine. I'm not telling you to eat it. I'm just saying you'd be fine. It's very close to food. It's why it's in the bottle that it's in. I noticed I have some bottles here, so I'm just going to show you real quickly that the bottle is made a certain way, and it's really important the way it's made. Notice that this is a metal, it's not metal, it's plastic, okay? But it is a reflective, like as if it was a titanium or a zinc. Why? That's exactly right, oxidation. This is as close to food as you can get. It would practically need refrigeration if it wasn't packaged the way it's packaged. So this is a reflector, it keeps it cool, and it keeps the sun off of it. And then when you pop it open, and I don't know if any of you have actually seen this yet, I know everything else off, but you have another tube inside that's opaque. Why is it opaque? Light. Same reason. Okay? The breakdown of the product. It's also in a pump. So there's absolutely an airtight suction seal all the way up. So believe me, when you're out of Nerium, you are out. It's like Walmart shit. But when you're out, you're out. And you can open this sucker and look at it and maybe get a Q-tip if you're lucky. Okay? We all do it, right? Oh, you're God, I love the smell. Okay. I do. I just love the smell. So, what I want to explain to you that I think is the most important thing for you to understand truly, and then I'll play the brief video for you because it's just going to reiterate what I'm going to teach you. And the reason I like to teach you first is because I find that if I teach you first, when you watch the video, it's kind of like, you know, I was a school teacher also initially. And I know about repetition, 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 repetition. And that's why it's important to plug in and listen, because every time you listen, you're going to pick up something new that you didn't pick up before. And that's because it's overwhelming at first, and there's no way that you're going to absorb everything in one session. So, the most important thing for you to really appreciate is that, one, we've already discussed that this came from an accidental discovery from an autoimmune source, and that it will go in and it will correct anything that it finds that is broken down. We can claim hyperpigmentation, pore shrinkage, tightening of the skin, texture, tone, tightening. Even though you know it's a fake when you look at the pictures, okay, we all know what gives your face look. But, you know, all kinds of things will disappear that we're not allowed to claim. And that's okay. We don't want it to be taken out of our hands. We want to protect this baby. It's an important baby to protect. So we just stick to what we can claim. But knowing that it is non-toxic, something turns up, put Windex on it, see what happens, you know, like from the Greek, the movie. That's what I say, just slap some on there, and what's the worst thing that can happen? It's non-toxic. It works or it doesn't work, but we know that it works. And we know what it does. And we have the largest unretouched gallery in the world. And I'm going to tell you all to use that gallery. That is your best friend. And also your own photographs. Walking around in Ascenta is perfect for that. Ascenta is in the industry. She's an incredible performer. And when she originally started, I remember she was all worried about eye lines and how everything was tightening, but her eye lines looked a little bit worse. And I said, that's because this is happening and this may look a little worse. Just give it another month. The next thing you know, she's wandering around with her eye pictures. And guess what? Those pictures right there, all she does is flash them and everybody wants what she's got. So your own picture is really important. and pre-picturing everybody. Do not let them escape you. Do not trust them to give you a JPEG. Do not trust them. You have a handy-dandy cell phone, you just snap it. Nobody's looking for professional pics. We're looking for unretouched. So just line them up against the wall and snap them all. I kid you not. Those pictures are gold. Because like I said, they have their eye on the prize. They don't see the forest for the trees until they see this. And then they realize all that's happening. Okay? It's really important to do that. So the ST&T research, that's the main, that's the crux. The crux is that that's the best labs probably in the world that test products. Most product lines are not tested. It's extremely expensive to test products. So most product lines aren't tested. They hear about some ingredient that's been tested, and then they'll third party purchase it and put it into the bottom of their bottle and have a little bit of something in there. But your average product, and I'm talking about, I don't care what it is, your average product out there has a reduction level of 2%, 2 to 3%. That means that that's why you all have a drawer full of creams probably in the bottom someplace, and you're slowly going, this one's rank and this one's rancid, and I'm chucking that, and that never helped, and oh my God, I don't really need that one either. Okay, that's what starts to happen. And the truth is, because Nerium is amazing, and it does the work, and it's a night treatment. I know we call it a cream, but like I said, out of the mindset of ponds and into the mindset of the dermal night treatment. How about that? Because when you say cream, people expect to be loaded with hydration. Okay? They can use a hydrator with sunscreen the next day. I'm all for it. But not with their Nerium. And yes, it's a different experience. So remember that most people aren't trained that way, so that's your job. When you describe how it's going to be and what it's going to be and how they're going to use it and the sensation they're going to get. Eventually it will balance out your glycosaminoglycans, your oil glands and everything else. Eventually you balance out. Because I used to be able to write, my name with my fingernail like chalk in my arm always. And I'm supple and soft, and I don't have hydration issues anymore. But initially I was a little bit dry, and then I got through that stage. And Patsy, you certainly don't look dry at all. You look fabulously hydrated and beautiful. So that is the stage 2. Okay, it's balancing, it's rebalancing, it's rebalancing, it's rebalancing, and your organ is learning the whole time. It is being trained. And this is what the industry does when it's properly used. You use the organ and you train it. And that's what we're doing with the best product on the planet. So if a 2 or a 3 is a gold mine, and a 5 in the medical arena is a gold mine, the mean, the average of Nerium is a 30% reduction in 1 month. Of fine lines, emerging lines, deep lines, hyperpigmentation, pore shrinkage, tightening of the skin, 30% as the mean. It goes all the way to 67%. It depends on the condition of the skin and who, your body. But the fact is the average is a 30. That's the highest there ever has been in the entire world. No one's made it past a 5. No one. Believe me, I've studied this stuff. No one's made it past a 5. The fact that we have a mean of a 30, we're already completely off the charts. Unheard of. Unprecedented. Things will often rear before they disappear. So don't be surprised if you're sunbathing in the 80s like I did, and we all fried ourselves in the 70s and the 80s. Don't be surprised if that comes up and almost looks lasered before it goes away, because it's going to correct it and then it's going to go away. Kathleen is having that experience right now, where old pigment is starting to rear on her forehead, and guess what? It's going to be corrected. people who have had laser treatments in the past, I've watched the pigment come up again and get corrected. So that's the beautiful thing about Nerium and the gift that you actually have in your hands. And I recommend that when you throw a party, that you be cryptic. Because you don't want people thinking you're the Mary Kay lady. You have a gift. You have something that no one else on this planet has. And I'm not putting down Mary Kay. It's just the way that people will view you when you say, oh, you know, I want you to come over and listen about Nerium. It's like, oh God, what is my girlfriend selling me now? You know, I just don't even want to listen to her. I don't want to talk to her. I don't want to deal with her. And that's normal. So you have a wine and a cheese and you're sharing a gift and you have a guest speaker. Hello, come in, eat, sit, and have a good time. And write them on handwritten notes and give out Hallmark cards and do your neighbors and your friends and people out of the box. And not just your warm market, a cold market, completely out of your zone. Invite them all. Put a little envelope in there with an RSVP. And make it cryptic. You are sharing a gift. You are potentially changing a life, which is potentially changing multiple lives. That's the beauty of what we do. A lot of us, we could only treat and only do what we could do in a day for an individual. But now we can affect everyone. And we can change lives all over the place. That's philanthropy. That's raising the bar. And that's what I expect of my team. Be committed. Yes, you may have to work hard for a year or two and then you'll never look back. It's okay. I've been working for almost 50 years. You know what? I am so glad that Nerium is here. Because I can affect so many more people in such a broad way. It's a beautiful thing. So we're just going to really just play one section, and that's going to reiterate the science for you, and it's going to go over the STT research. Okay? And it's going to teach you the laboratory studies, which is the crux, that and the gallery. The money follows, guys. If something works and networks, you don't need to worry about the money. It's there for you.